House of Marley contacts me and they say, we want to send you our Exodus headphone. And I'm like, I've heard of House of Marley. Okay, sure. And I didn't have high hopes. And I'm going to start this review off with the sound really leaves something to be desired. There's a couple issues. I have the Bluetooth sender here. This is the Tautronic sender. I'll link it in the description. And it has a little display that shows you if it's using aptX or aptX HD or low latency. And it's not using any of those. It's using SBC codec. And I looked and I just searched the product page, and sure enough, it doesn't say anything about aptX or anything about the Bluetooth standard it uses at all. But we're not here to talk about that. I'm actually going to do a full-length review of a headphone that doesn't sound that great, that doesn't use the highest end Bluetooth, because holy fuck, the build quality. $200, all right? You could leave right now. You could look at the wallpaper, available download in the description. You don't have to even wait to the end. You download that wallpaper. She looks like she's in Jamaica, doesn't she? Right? Right? But we're going to talk about these headphones from a perspective that, holy God, Marley, please hire an audio engineer and make these headphones great, because holy shit. I left out the Grado SR60s to reference those because in that review, which came out probably a couple days before this, I talk about how the build quality hasn't changed since the 60s, but they make them in Brooklyn, so you got to give them a pass. But then we're going to talk about how these are built and the precision in them. Like, Germans, back the fuck up. House of Marley headphones are here, and they're glorious. So they're a Bluetooth headphone, USB-C there, microphone there. There's a 3.5mm input. We'll get to the wire and why it's amazing. Here's your buttons for controlling volume. Here's your power button with a little battery indicator showing 2 bars there. Here are your giant, soft, cushy pads. Just giant. The wood is all natural wood. That's their whole shtick, is that, oh, everything's resourced naturally, blah, blah, blah. Which means the wood comes from someplace where they just plant trees again. None of that matters. What matters is that these are some of the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. Even if they got a little sweaty at the time, which I think you could see because I've gone for walks with them. Exposed cabling here to go across into this comfort strap that's made of like leather and suede that you can barely see because it tucks up against this beautiful piece of spring steel, which I should have cleaned. Here, I'll clean it to perfection for you. So they're small, and then add to the fact that they can also fold with these hinges that are like some of the nicest hinges I've ever seen in a headphone. They're so accurate and tight and taut, and they pop into place. And the reason I have the Grados here is because the Grados, if you don't know, use this plastic box and a stick to slide up and down. Which, by the way, if you've just watched my Grado review, you know I modified the headband by bending it a bunch, and I actually took this tip off, cut it shorter so I could push this down a little bit farther, because I'm using these giant crazy pads on it. But yeah, this is a piece of plastic and a stick, metal aluminum stick that's all popped off the thing. So yeah, this is not the greatest build quality, Grado. What is the greatest build quality is these, because that's a stick made of whatever, machined titanium. And listen. When Terminators move, that's the sound they make. So there's this precision milled like slide that moves up and down on, and it's just, and it has a rotational lock somehow built into it. Actually, wait, hold on, let me feel this. Okay, so this part doesn't rotate, the stick doesn't rotate, this just slides. I can't get over how nice that feels to do. And then you match that with the perfect, like it's just a nice linear amount of headband tension, perfect sliders, quality fucking hinges that'll just hinge. There's a cutout here that prevents it from rotating. And if Grados had this, if anything had this headband, I'd be astonished. Because, I mean, you don't even, like the comfort strap is just so tucked away and everything is so nice and neat. And the wood is got, like, actual grain to it. You could feel when they burned in the logo. They sound like a muddy mess. Now, that's Bluetooth. So we're going to plug it in the wire, right? So here's our port. Let's take the bag, the House of Marley bag, which is definitely made out of materials that could be grown, sold, and fair trade, etc. Little Jamaican flag right there. So open it up. It's a decent bag, right? I like this bag. Take out the wires. You've got House of Marley USB cable for charging it with the same material that's here. So that's pretty impressive. And then here's the cable, which is the same material as there. Only one thing, and I don't know if you could see this, but the Jamaican colors are on the 3.5mm 4-pole. It's green, yellow, red as the spacers between that. That's some attention to detail shit right there. That goes beyond, like, normality. And it's a right angle plug, because again, these are designed to be out and about. And I've used them out and about. They're super fucking comfortable. They're really well built. They're not ever gonna, they don't break. These are better built than both the Sony 1000 Mark IIIs and certainly the Bose 700s. These are better built. They don't sound as good, nowhere near as good. This side does not have the Jamaican colors. We're going to plug that in. So now it should have kicked off the Bluetooth off of that, which again, not aptX, not aptX HD, not low latency, nothing. Not LDAC for shit sure. And the indicator is there, R on that hinge and L on that hinge. They're so fucking comfy. And they're still just... You're joking me. Because, I mean, there are 2 reviews currently on Amazon. Here's the Amazon post. They have 2 5-star reviews. And these have been on there for a while, because I checked it when they sent it. And the 2 reviews are... I upgraded from the Marley Positive Vibrations headphones, was not disappointed. So, someone coming from House of Marley up. And then, House of Marley are my favorite. They're super comfortable, they look amazing, they sound great, and can use Bluetooth or wire. So that's the only thing these 2 people have talked about. So the fact that they could use Bluetooth or wire, they don't sound very good at all. Like, I can't recommend them. Our company sent them. I had high hopes. Just sound too bassy. If these sounded like Beats and were built like this, they'd be bought in droves. I'd still recommend them highly. Highly. If they were just bass cannons, but they are absolutely just muddled and muddy. And the bass honestly isn't that strong. This is what music sounds like when you've smoked way, way too much and like your ears are filled with just bad vibrations. Skip around. What I had to do to actually listen to them, like I want to love them for their... I feel like I'm keeping these. Obviously the company sent them and I could yard sale them. But I feel like that's a waste of time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call DMS, who's the king of modding anything with CAL drivers. And then I'm going to take the CAL drivers out of the CALs. I'm going to put CAL drivers in these. And then I wonder if I can keep the Bluetooth stuff. I mean, it's not high-end Bluetooth stuff, so I'd probably just dump it. But if I could get House of Marley Exodus to sound great, I would legit use these everywhere. And I'm to House of Marley, who sent this to me. For fuck's sake, you've got such a great thing going on here. Like, I touch headphones all fucking day, and I could pick up these MX4s and go, yeah, these are built better than that. Obviously these are so nicely engineered. Just get someone to just fix the house sound. If this is the house sound of House of Marley, you're doomed. You can do so much better. There are M&O has the RBH HP2 with the Beryllium drivers. Get some Beryllium drivers in here. If you've got any sort of money to extra to fucking upgrade the Bluetooth package, to give them some aptX. Even like one of the big things, it's 30 hours of battery life. I don't care if it's 3 hours of battery life. If it sounds good and it looks like this, you will sell. I will sell it and you will sell it. It is so nice. They're so nice. They barely tilt this way, by the way. That is built into the cup this way, which is just enough. It just needs to move in that orientation, and it does. Obviously this works. This folds flat, or they fold in like this. It's the complete portable package. Robust and comfortable. And then they sound like ass. And I've told them this in an email. This is not a surprise to them. I said, look, I'm going to review them. They're some of the best built headphones I've ever held. Like, just this slider mechanism. If Sennheiser came up with a headphone that used that slider, it'd be a $2,000 headphone. Minimum. I'm modifying these. I'm not listening to music. When I was, like I was saying before I got completely distracted, by the way, John Coltrane's now on. And I can't listen to it. I can't listen to them. I could wear them all day. I can't listen to them. I was on my phone. I opened up Fubar 2000. I was fucking with equalizer settings to try to get it like just treble, like 7 decibels from 1,000 hertz up, just all as much as I could give it. And then if I go to my bass test list, because I have a list of bass test songs, and I throw on like Run the Jewels. The bass is there, but it's not. It's just distorted bass, and I'm going wired, so you know it's not. It's not like all the Bluetooth limitations. God, this is a love and hate. This is a love and hate. I can't. There has never been a headphone that has. No, I'm lying. There's been one other headphone that has made me feel like I feel right now. The Shure 1540s were a $500 closed back. Probably the nicest, simplistic design with the 1540 pads. You know, remember those pads that are on everything that I recommend? The headphones that those came from, I'll link them in the description. Don't buy them. The Shure 1540s were like absolute perfection in a headphone design. Comfortable, light. I mean, just the split top. And then I put them on and I fell asleep. The sound was so boring it offended me. And I was supposed to be neutral, but there's a difference between neutral and boring me to death. And those were that. And these are like some of the nicest built fucking I'm crying. They're so nice. Please sound better next year. Make them $300. So $200? Make them $300. Give them active noise canceling if you have to. I mean, I'd like to see these without any Bluetooth at all. I know that's their niche. I know they are portable, going outside, doing things, but there are a ton of headphones that do it. Sounding in the M&Os are what these should sound like, because they're the Brilliant HP2 bass monster. And I can't recommend these over those. God, I want to. God, I want to, because of how well these are made and how comfortable they are. But I can't. I fucking can't. I'm going to keep these. I'm going to modify them, and I'm going to make them great. And whatever happens, happens. Because thank you, House of Marley, for sending them. Although you just the rage, because they're so good feeling, and they are built so well. And I love the little touches of the Jamaican logo on this, and I love that it's made of resourced materials and that's not killing the environment. And the bag is okay, but it's like, just fucking make it sound good. Number one, is it comfortable? That's the thing that's screwing me up is when I do these reviews. I haven't reminded everyone how the process goes. Here's how the process goes. Take an inert headphone without playing any music. Put it on your head. Now, do things around the house for 30 minutes. This is how the review process starts for Zeos, all right? It's not, I can't wait to hear this song on this new headphone. That's no. Zeos puts on a headphone and plays nothing. I have a $200 set of earmuffs, And these feel fantastic. They're comfortable. They have the weight in the right spots. The pads are nice and plush, and they get a little bit sweaty after a while, but I wouldn't rip them off my head. And if you can live for 30 minutes without playing music, you've passed that test. And these pass that test. And then you hold them and you look at them and you analyze them and you go, wow, the way that's... Like, I know there's an exposed cable, but it's the right length and it's got the right bend, and I understand it's passing through this, which is a nice little touch. Like, and then they don't sound any good. They just... You want to know how these sound? Take a paper towel and rip it in half, and then ball up those things and shove them into your headphones, and then wear those, and that probably sounds worse than those. These do not sound good. There's no treble at all. But that's the Bob Marley house sound. I would play Bob Marley on them, but I feel like that would just double down, because my Marley rips are not very good, and having them play on this... I am disappointed. Because legitimately, there's not many headphones that are built this well in the world. I could say in the world right now. All right? Whether it's exotic materials or not exotic materials, just the thought put into it and the effort into just the sliding rig and just this hinge that is bolted on with these little hex screws, and then just everything is so neat and organized and straight and comfortable, and then they just... All right. Sound demo in the description, even though I really shouldn't, but I need days. That wallpaper in the description. If you want to complain to House of Marley, just do so somewhere. I don't know if I want to actually link. It's not a complaint thing. It's more like a plead. Like, start a Kickstarter, House of Marley, just to research actual audio quality. Because you could fucking... House of Marley could come out of nowhere and sweep the portable headphone game. Just sweep it. Because no one's going to believe you until it happens. Because these don't sound good enough to compete with Bose or Sony or fucking M-Pow or anybody else. But oh my god, they're so well built. This is over. Download the wallpaper. Join the Patreon if you want to see these early. $10 tier gets you into a private Telegram chat. RMAF is happening. If I modify these before RMAF, which I don't have a lot of time to start dicking around with things like that, but maybe I'll bring them. Maybe you'll be able to hear the Marley sound converted. God. Anyway, tomorrow, sound demo or description, and then another video.